Okay, Starmer refuses to take whip from Labour MP who shared white supremacy post about Badenoch. So this is Keir Starmer standing his ground, and he's saying he's not going to take the whip from, what's her name? Dawn
Butler.
Butler, thank you, who has said the most outrageous things about Kemi. She retweeted Nels Abbey's, who's this Nigerian journalist, post on X about tips for surviving the immediate surge of Badenochism, i.e. white supremacy and blackface. This is this outrageous tweet, and everybody has said, how can you possibly carry on if you're saying things like that? For now, she is going to carry on, and this is just extraordinary, in particular because this isn't how we do things. So in 2022, another Labour MP, Rupert Huck, was suspended after saying that Kwasi Kwarteng, who obviously is black, was superficially black. So we've already seen this in the last few years. You're not supposed to be able to get away with stuff like this.
Well, you're not. Well, this is worse, Lewis. And that MP was suspended, and it seems like Starmer is actually sort of backing Dawn Butler in this.
The truth is, as I've said, the truth is, if they fire Dawn Butler, they're going to have to fire everyone in Labour because they all think like that. They all think about. They think they're going to call in Barack Obama to give one of those speeches like they gave to the black people in America. The truth is that the Labour hates people who disagree with them, and they call people. And when I say Labour, I'm talking about the Democrats. It's the left. They think that they're way up here, and anybody who's not way up here is a piece of trash.
This is why Kemi Badenoch is arguably...
Is that a good point?
So, no, I think, no, it's... well, of course, it's the left and, absolutely believe they're morally superior, which is why they won't actually...
But you know what they hate even more than people disagreeing with them is they hate people doing the things that they claim that they would like to happen.
Exactly, which is like have a black... leader, which they haven't had. And it's basically showing it up in their faces. The truth is that everything is so minor. The idea of having black skin is going to affect your brain. The fact is that they're Nigerians or whatever. They come from...
Well, she's actually British, but she's born here.
Who? Which one?
Kemi Badenoch.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was born here.
She was born
and then
here.
she spent some time in Nigeria, and now she's come back. And...
Anyway, but the point is, and I think she makes it very well, is in this interview, she says, I think the best thing is that we'll get to a point where the colour of your skin is no more remarkable than the colour of your eyes or the colour of your hair. Now, I would say we were there, or we were so close, like in the early 2000s or late 90s. It felt like that's where we were. We were at that kind of Martin Luther King moment where it was like you didn't see people.
Well, yeah, I mean, with all the caveats of I'm a white person in a predominantly white country, so what do I know? All those caveats, totally get that.
That's not to say that
and I'm not
perfect,
saying there's no racism.
Like we were there, where it's now become
I would say so, but if your thing is talking about race, you don't want racism to go away altogether, even if you claim that, because what would you talk about?
That's an excellent point that Cressida is making. There's too much money to be made by being a DEI candidate. And they don't want to get rid of DEI. It was after Obama was elected president. We have a black person elected president, but there's still prejudice against... it's like, what's her name?
And now you've got Badenoch winning, and somehow this is a victory for racism.
Which, by the way, completely lets real racists off the hook, because... by real racists, I mean people with hatred in their heart.
Well, I would look forward to a point where Kemi Badenoch, I think why she's so impressive has got anything to do with her ethnicity. It's because she's very clearly spoken and she presents her ideas well and with conviction.
That sounds racist to me.
Well, there you are. Right, let's get straight into Monday's Mail. And the Met Police shamed into actually doing their job, Lewis.
Oh yeah, this is Met U Police. This is an incident that took place in London at the Met Police U-turn as force launches terror probe into protester carrying signs glorifying dead Hamas leader Yinwar, whatever his name is, Sinwar, after officers refused to make an arrest. And this was at the demonstration, and people. I mean, there is free speech in this country unless you actually, want to. Promote it.
Yeah.
And so they were going to arrest this guy, but they didn't arrest him. So now they're looking into it.
So, yeah, if you want to kill Jews, then we definitely have free speech in this country.
Well, you know what? There should be free speech. If someone in this country says that, they should basically be allowed to say that.
Well, no, we don't, because the point is they've made a U-turn. So it says that there's been some further information for the Met Police, which I think must be the rule of law, has suddenly come to their attention.
The Daily Mail article, basically.
Well, it was illegal yesterday. What's changed? Nothing.
Oh, a Daily Mail article.
Well, there you go, yeah. Maybe it's because we talked about it on Headliners last night.
Absolutely.
Well, we should find out if this person is a citizen of this country, and if he's not a citizen, he should be kicked out.
Well, and it doesn't seem to do any good because we already had people praising Hamas, praising the refugees, and they got let stay in the country. We actually have a clip, I believe, of her. This is, well, OK, we're not going to, we're going to, it's there is... That was totally the...
We'll come back to that later.
Yes, that one is coming. So save that in your memory banks.
But you know what? If people did allow images of, like, we want to kill, people, the British people would turn on those people, and it would be better for everyone because they would see, well, this is what's going on.
But I think people are already seeing it. Also, there was a guy wearing a swastika on a T-shirt. He was let go. The police just don't seem to be doing their job. Everybody keeps on calling the police out on it.
Well, I'm making jokes. At this stage, I feel horribly sorry for the individual officers. It's not a job. I mean, it's bad enough trying to work on this show with Lewis. Imagine actually trying to control a rowdy crowd.
Yeah, right. The Guardian, Cressida, and we're going to have a story about the bravest woman in the world. We have just seen the clip of her. Explain the clip, please. Yeah, OK, so Iran arrests woman who stripped in protest at abusive dress code policing. So this is in Iran. It's a woman at a university. I don't know who she is. We don't have her identity. She's currently... We don't know where she is. It looks like she's been taken into custody. So she was at university. I guess you'd say the morality police, the security at the university were challenging the way she was wearing her hijab. I don't know whether it wasn't on properly. I don't know exactly. And she was so infuriated by this that she just took more or less all her clothes off and walked around in her underwear, which is pretty outrageous in Iran because all the other women are completely covered up. That's the clip that we just saw. And, it's hideous. We don't know where she is. Amnesty International have called for an independent and impartial investigation. Well, good luck with that. Yeah.
We know what's happened in the past few years to other women in Iran.
They've been tortured and killed.
Exactly, yeah. 2 years ago, Mahsa Amini died in custody over there. It's horrific, and it makes me so cross because this is where we need feminism, And just today, the actor Emily Attack was complaining because she's done a nude scene and she's saying she's getting abuse online. And you think, oh, come on, look, the West isn't where the problem is. And this slightly makes me lose my... I become less liberal about letting women in the West wear the hijab. I don't understand why, in solidarity, they don't want to take it off. It's very hard for me to understand that.
Well, I mean, that's a great point because, Lewis... We have the left and far left allying themselves with the Islamists who are kidnapping this poor young woman and potentially, like I said, she could well be murdered by now.
I don't know what to say because it's first of all, it's Iran. It's over there. We got enough problems as it is. We did stuff like that in this country. Should we go invade them because of something like this? Should we say, what can we do about it? Except
every
say
time
we're
we
so
talk...
much better than them, but we're not better than them.
I would argue we absolutely are better than them.
Yeah.
I think we might be, Lewis.
Of course, there are things that we can do.
This is what the people of Iran want. I mean, you could say that the Republicans are like whatever it is, the people, the Ayatollahs, are a dictatorship, but it's their country, and this is what they.
Well, they didn't.
No, that's not the case at all.
They didn't vote for it, but this is what they believe.
Clearly, that woman isn't up for it. She's making an enormous personal sacrifice. I don't know whether she'll survive this. I'd love to meet her. I'd love to know how she's motivated, because I'd be one of the sheep. I would wrap up and stay quiet.
Most women do. And so what should be done? Something should be done in that country.
They are doing it, and we can do what we can to help it.
What can we do? We can't do anything.
We can certainly, the first thing we can do is call attention to it and recognise bravery when it stands out like that. Telegraph now with bra news. And Lewis, do you remember when you took your girlfriend for her first fitting?
This is M&S Trans Row. I've got a youngish girlfriend. But,
she was youngish when you first met her 20 years ago.
Yes, stay young. M&S Trans Row, after advertising girls' first... I don't know, I don't even want to read it. So it's so pervy. It sounds pervy. If I think it's pervy, it's probably very pervy.
Okay.
It says it's first bras for young things. They can't even say young girls.
Well, let's have a look at it. It is it's upsetting. Strong, smart, strong, supported. First bras for fearless young things. So this has been picked up. Actually, Bev Turner from GBNews took a photo of it, put it online. It's created a bit of a furore. M&S is saying they're taking it down. This is the problem with M&S. If you're going to have your shop across from GBNews,
yeah,
we will be in.
Not
there.
all yellow stickers.
Well, no matter what happens, we're still going to go there. So we support Marks and Spencer's. It's very good, though very expensive. I mean, what can I remember? First of all, those kind of bras are basically unnecessary. They were when I was. When I was that age...
Wearing your bra?
Yeah, those bras. They used to call them training bras. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they really were necessary at that time because they didn't have, like...
You've really got to the heart of this, haven't you?
This is the one time I'm not going to interrupt you.
Yeah, it's not... No, they're not really necessary. It's like, it's not... Because otherwise...
So really, this is a non-story.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I think it's... I don't know. I mean, there was a little bit of me that was kind of like, pick your battles. Is this the hill to die on? I don't know.
The young things, they're saying I would say it's a dodgy advert anyway, it feels like, because saying young things feels like... It's as it says here, like objective. It's sort of saying that they're objects.
Yes, but this is my point about the West. Like, are you aware of a company called Pretty Little Thing? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, one of the major brands for young women in this country is called Pretty Little Thing. I just think that's hilarious. Where were the feminists when they named that? So you go on the tube any day of the week and it says Pretty Little Thing, and there's these women in tiny dresses, and I don't know.